46 local high schools compete in a tournament of knowledge for a trip to Europe on this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by SBC, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, and Samtrans. And now, the best host on the West Coast, the one, the only, Brad Friedman.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Quiz Kids. We are, as you know, in the middle of our second round of play, so 2 winners are already on the block, and one of them is going to move on for sure to our third round. Let's meet the teams. Over here we have the Castro Valley Trojans. And the team whose name it gives me such pleasure to say, the Monta Vista Matadors. So let's begin right away with the collaboration round. Gentlemen in green and gentlemen in whatever, Matadors. Welcome back to the show. As you know, in this first round, you will play as a team. I have a series of 10-point questions in my hand. I will ask a question of your team, give you a few seconds to collaborate, and then ask Robert or Alex, your captains, to give me the correct answer. If you give me the right answer, you score the points. If you do not, the other team gets to collaborate and possibly steal the points away from you. And we will ask question by question until the buzzer signals the end of the round, okay? Good luck to both teams. Trojans, you get the first question. It was created in 1903 and has 12 regional offices throughout the United States. Sometime in 2006, America's population is expected to reach 300 million people, as anticipated by what government agency that officially counts the American population every 10 years?
The Census Bureau?
Correct, for 10 points. Near the end, its title character calls life a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. And thus we get the title of William Faulkner's famous novel. Identify the Shakespeare play from which this line comes.
Macbeth?
That is right for 10. In the nonfiction story Death in the Afternoon, Ernest Hemingway contemplates the nature of fear and courage, as well as provides a look at the history and magnificence of what popular Spanish pastime?
Bullfighting?
10 points to you. And that question makes me want to turn to the Monta Vista Matadors. This U.S. city is sometimes called the Holy City because of the large number of churches one may find there. What is this major city in South Carolina, second in size only to Columbia, and named for the King of England at the time of its founding in 1670?
Charleston?
You got it for 10 points. Give the slope of the tangent line to the curve y equals 3x squared minus 9x minus 11 at the point 2, negative 2. Robert?
10.
No, I'm sorry, you can steal.
3?
3, you stole the points. Matadors, this show has seen a ratings jump, possibly due in part to its placement on Fox immediately following American Idol. What medical drama stars British actor Hugh Laurie as the title character, who in spite of his incredible genius, lacks any semblance of bedside manner?
House.
That is correct for 10 points. It was destroyed by fire in 1967, killing crew members Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee. What was this first in a series of spacecrafts launched into space via Saturn rockets, whose goal was to make it to the moon, which it achieved 10 attempts later?
Apollo.
That's right, for 10 points. A student's SAT score Y is related to X, the number of hours he sleeps the night before. If Y equals 75X plus 800, what is the SAT score of a student who sleeps for 7 hours the night before?
1325.
That's it. Not a bad score. Because the main character matches the description of a bank robber, this man follows him around the world. Who is this fictional detective that attempts to capture Phileas Fogg in Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days?
You don't read literature.
I'm terribly sorry. Do you?
I like cattle corn. Just say something random.
We don't know.
Good. Detective Fix. In arid areas, it can appear in a flower-like form, and for this reason, it is sometimes given the name desert rose. What mineral that consists of dihydrous calcium sulfate is often used in plaster of Paris as well as in chalk?
Quartz.
No, you can steal. Robert?
Sandstone?
Gypsum. That's the end of the first round. Let's look at the score. Castro Valley has 30. Monta Vista is in the lead with 50 points. We will return and meet our team members after these messages, so don't go away. Thank you. Today we have in our studio audience our greatest fan, all the way from San Pablo. He has come into our studio many times to watch our show, and we are pleased to welcome Mr. Jesus Navarro. And how does Jesus get here? You think he just walks in and barges his way through and sits in a chair? No. He calls us at 650-637-1936, and he asks for a ticket. And we send it to him, and he comes in, and he is blessed for being here. Thank you, Jesus. We have got the Castro Valley Trojans and Robert Quo. You are about to embark on your honors physics project, or you already did it?
Yeah,
You already did. It's all passed. Okay, well, let's talk about it anyway.
Yeah. Well, recently in honors physics class, we were asked to do research projects, and our group, we didn't want to do like playing with infrared waves and.
We're going to play the game. So what did you do?
So we built a cloud chamber, and it's basically a radiation detector.
And you use an iPod for one of your experiments with this.
Yeah, you have to shine some light through so that you can see the cosmic rays that are passing through the chamber. And an iPod came in handy very well.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Then Randy Eisenberg, we turn to you, and you want to talk about your physics project, if you really still want to do this.
No, I sleep in physics. I'm sorry, Mr. Fauchel, if you're watching, but I do sleep in physics.
You said that you are doing some kind of project which allowed you to lie to your parents and sneak off to Starbucks.
That was a flagrant lie. I would never lie to my parents.
Well, good for you.
Get ye to a nunnery.
Okay. I'm speechless here. So we'll move to Matt Bourne. Matt, this is really kind of cool. You know, parents and kids do all kinds of interesting things together. And one of the things you and your dad do is you go backpacking.
Yes, we do.
But you do more than just backpack.
One thing we do is we very often bring guitars up to the campfire. What we do is we sit around, we play guitar, and we sing songs. And once I even wrote a piece for my dad to be played, and we up at the campfire. So that's one of our
really
pastimes.
sweet.
So.
Your dad must have been thrilled to hear you sing a song to him that you'd written. Well, you two of you were out there under the stars. Good for you. Let's give a big hand to your coach, Glenn Mitchell. I couldn't help but noticing that giant purple bull behind Jesus. That's your mascot, right, Alex?
Yep.
Alex Cohn, captain of the team and co-president of the writing club. I've heard about this club in past seasons. It's a really cool club because you all gather together. And what do you write?
We write, right now we're working on a project. We're writing storybooks for children who are learning English, so we just help them out with that.
And where do these books go to? To the community? Are there community organizations that use them? Or?
We write them individually for certain students. So.
Oh, wow. Cool, that's wonderful. Are you writing anything on your own, just for yourself?
Right now, no, just relaxing. Second semester senior, just taking it easy.
Okay. Oja Sangamashwara, how are you?
Good.
You are about to embark on your senior project, which all Monta Vista students do. And what is your project?
Well, I'm going to design and prepare a radio broadcast to be done in my house of the play-by-play of an arena football game.
You're going to use other students to be broadcasters with you, right?
Some of my friends are going to do color commentary. I'm going to be doing play-by-play, and some of my friends are going to do commercials too.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe you'll have a future career there. You never know. Anthony Bello, you got to go over the last break to one of my favorite places in the whole world, New York City. What'd you think of New York?
It was nice. Nice museum.
You saw a lot of museums when you were there. Right?
Yeah. Went to the Guggenheim and they had an exhibition, Russia exclamation point.
Oh, was it fun? Was it worth the exclamation point?
Yeah. But the exclamation point brings a lot of people, so there was a long line and cold.
All right. Sorry about the point. Let's give a big hand to your captain, Ed Puccinelli. And when you clap your hands for our judge, think of an exclamation point right after his name, Frank Saboti. All right, we will be right back with the lightning round. Don't go away. Let's play the lightning round. Gentlemen, hands on your buzzers. When you hear a question, the first person to buzz in will get a chance to answer for their team. Give me the right answer, you'll get 10 points. If your answer is wrong, however, I will let the other team collaborate, possibly steal those points away. If you buzz in before I complete a question, you will have to answer with the information you've heard. And if you give me the wrong answer, I will complete the question for the other team. The score is 50-30, close game. Here's the first question. Good luck. Masaharu Morimoto, Kat Cora, Mario, yes, Alex.
Iron Chef?
Correct. Bruce Sutter was the sole electee into what sports hall of... Yes, Ojas.
Baseball.
Correct. Most employers pay the federal government about $60 per year per employee in FUTA tax in case what unfortunate event occurs? Ojas?
Death.
No. You can steal, gentlemen.
Injury?
Unemployment. It is technically an H4 Hercules and was actually made of birchwood. Yes, Randy?
The Spruce Goose.
Correct. Paul D. and Setha are among the main characters. Yes, Alex?
Beloved?
Right. When completed, his South Dakota statue is scheduled. Yes.
Crazy Horse.
That's correct. In the Olympics, which sports competitors are often called scullers and include. Yes.
Curling.
I'm sorry?
Curling.
No, that's incorrect. And include the roles of strokeman, bowman, and coxswain.
Rowing?
That is right. A recent study shows that blueberries and raspberries increase insulin production by up to 50% and can thus help fight what common, Randy?
Diabetes.
You're right. Igneous rocks like basalt and pumice may also be described by this term because of the many small cracks and holes they contain. Give this adjective that in geology describes a rock that allows materials like water and... Yes, Anthony?
Porous.
Correct. What emotion was called the green-eyed monster? Anthony?
Envy.
No. I'm sorry. I messed up. I'm sorry. I said the answer. I apologize.
You can give us the points anyway.
I know I could. I'll give you all a cookie later on. Some famous fictional examples include Mervyn Bunter in the Lord Peter Wimsey series, Cato for the Green Hornet, and Reginald Jeeves. Yes, Alex?
Sidekick?
No. And Reginald Jeeves for Bertie Wooster. What is this position, sometimes called a gentleman's gentleman, that usually performs different duties than a butler?
The valet.
That is right. Besides designing the Gateway Arch, architect Eero Saarinen also designed the chapel and Kresge Auditorium at what Boston area college where one could find the Sloan School of Business? Yes, Ojas.
MIT.
That is right. It killed more than 70,000 Huguenots in 1572.
St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre.
That's right. A 1275 statute specified which crimes the sheriffs in England could demand this payment for. Unless an accused person is remanded, what is the term for property or money that must be paid in order to stay out of... Yes, that's right. What Frenchman wrote the plays but not the operas that were the basis for The Barber of Seville? Yes, Anthony.
Beaumarchais.
Correct. First, you show something to be true for n when n is 1. Then you show it to be true for n when n equals a value k. Otis.
Induction.
Correct. This film marked the return of Angela Lansbury to the big screen after a 20-plus year hiatus. Adapted from the Nurse Matilda books by Christiana Brand. Alex.
Nanny McPhee?
Correct. It's the name of a 1797 ballad by Goethe that was made into a symphonic poem by Paul Dukas. What is this orchestral piece whose Disney version featured Mickey Mouse? Anthony.
Fantasia.
No. Who's featured Mickey Mouse trying to corral enchanted broomsticks? That's correct. Name the Secretary of State under Calvin Coolidge, who in 1928 co-authored an agreement with the Foreign Minister of France, Anthony.
Kellogg.
Correct. I am here. A 2005 book discusses 5 chemical elements commonly used as poisons, including what element with atomic number 80? One of the only 2 elements that is liquid at room temperature. Yes, Brandon.
Mercury.
Correct. In medieval TO maps, such as the one at Hereford Cathedral, the east was usually at the top, with what city at the center? Randy.
Rome.
No. You can steal.
Byzantium.
Byzantium?
Jerusalem. Its sequel, Catriona, was written while its author, Stevenson, was living in Samoa. What is this boys' novel first published in... Yes, Randy?
Kidnapped.
That's correct. The city by this name in Alameda County appropriately attracts many tourists in its St. Patrick's Day parade. The city with this name in Ohio is home to Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers. What is this longtime capital of Ireland? Anthony.
Dublin.
Right. That's the end of the round. Let's look at the score. Castro Valley has 120. Monta Vista maintains its lead with 160 points. Don't go away. We'll be back with the extreme round. Give it up for the extreme lightning round. Point values doubled, play stays the same. Good luck, guys. In animals, they undergo mitotic cell division and become embryos. What are these cells as a result of the fertilization of 2 haploid cells? Anthony.
Diploid cells.
No. You can steal.
An embryo?
Zygotes. The name came from a French translation of a Huron word meaning black snakes that was considered an insult to this group of people. What was this federation of tribes in New York? Yes, Randy?
Iroquois Confederation.
That is right. The first one took off from Toulouse, France, and had its first supersonic flight on October 1st. Yeah, Alex?
Concorde?
Correct. The setting for most of the stories that concern him are based on Ashdown Forest in England, and he is...
Robin Hood.
No, I'm sorry. He is named for the capital of a Canadian province. Who is this creation of A.A. Milne based on the stuffed toy bear of his son, Christopher Robin Milne?
Winnie the Pooh?
Correct. Newspapers said only one West Virginia man was dead after an explosion there. Ojas.
I don't know.
Only to shamefacedly later learn that only one man had survived. Name the coal mine where 12 miners died in January 2006. Robert?
Don't know.
Sago mine. GGG, YAG, rutile, spinel, moissanite, and cubic zirconia are all simulants of what? Anthony?
Diamond.
Right. In South African, he is known as Madiba, an honorary title, and has a cameo appearance in the film Malcolm X. Who is...
Nelson Mandela.
That is right. Though the 2005 novel The Colorado Kid was published in the series Hard Case Crime, it was actually written by what master of horror stories like the Alex?
Stephen King?
Correct. If 4 golfers playing together all have their balls on the putting green, which of the 4 putts first? Randy?
Farthest.
I need... is that
Farthest
okay?
from the hole.
Correct. Examples in popular music would be Christina Aguilera, Charlotte Church, or Patti LaBelle.
Diva.
No, I'm sorry. Examples in classical music would be Leontine Price and Maria Callas. What is this register that goes from A below middle C to C 2 octaves above, the highest vocal range for females?
Soprano.
Soprano?
That's right. It is believed that Earth's magnetic field is a result of this kind of heat transfer occurring within the Earth's liquid iron called dynamo theory. What is this transfer of heat by currents within a fluid? Randy?
Son of a...
Don't know?
I don't think you want to hear my cursing.
Okay, you can steal.
Enthalpy.
Enthalpy?
Convection. This country in Oceania became a German colony, but during... Yes, Anthony?
Samoa.
No, I'm sorry. But during World War I fell into Australian hands and achieved self-rule in 1975. What is this nation who shares its namesake island with the Indonesian province of Irian Jaya and has its capital at Port Moresby?
Papua New Guinea.
That is right. Literally meaning great name. They were the most powerful feudal rulers between the 12th and 19th centuries in Japan. Randy.
Shoguns.
No, I'm sorry. Who were these Japanese warlords from whose ranks the shogun was chosen? Mogul.
A samurai?
Daimyo. The centaur Kirin warned Jason that it would be only with the help of this man's lyre that they would be able to successfully navigate past the sirens. Randy.
Orpheus.
That is right. Along with Silesia and Moravia, it makes up the rest of the modern Czech Republic. What is this region that had become the nucleus of the Holy Roman Empire by the mid-14th century and probably got its name from the Celtic tribe called the Boii? Yes, Otis.
Byzantium.
No, you can steal.
Bulgaria.
Bohemia. In his first incarnation in a 1953 cartoon, he had a sizable gold tooth, but this had changed by 1955. Who is this cartoon character who has a cousin named Slowpoke and is billed as the fastest mouse in all? Yes, Randy.
Speedy Gonzalez.
That is right. Thought to be caused by damage to the hypothalamus, one of its hallmarks is the immediate onset of REM sleep, in which dreams are very. Yes, Anthony.
Narcolepsy?
Correct. That is the end of the game. Let's look at the score. Castro Valley has 240 with 280. Monta Vista squeezes out a win. Gentlemen, you played really well. You should be very proud of yourself. And we hope you have a great rest of the year. We will see you guys for sure in the next round. So we'll be watching. You keep watching. Thank you all. Thank you, Jesus. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: SBC, the San Mateo Credit Union, Oracle, and Samtrans. Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support provided by these Bay Area newspapers: the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and the Knights Templar.